you slipping and sliding on your floor in your bathroom at home? Well, instead of going to Slam Town, I am so glad you joined me today on Toilet Talk. My name is Maria Lindbergh, and I am an occupational therapist. I'm also the owner of Stay at Home Solutions and Hard Time Wiping. So Toilet Talk is the show for people who like pretty potties and who hate ugly medical equipment. My mission is to help you live in your home for a lifetime. So while Toilet Talk, we do talk about a lot of things in the toilet. Flooring is something that is often not thought about. So you're going to hear different terms. You're going to hear non-skid flooring. You're going to hear anti-slip, non-slip. Those are all just interchangeable terms to talk about flooring. So this is the sexiest topic of all time on Toilet Talk. So if you're sticking through with me, I am so glad. Welcome, Live Well Home Safety Solutions. So with non-skid flooring, why do we want it in our bathrooms? Well, the number one place for falls happens when you step out of the shower onto the floor. And a lot of bathrooms have ceramic tile, porcelain tile. There are pretty slick floors, and when you throw in water, then it just makes everything so much more tricky and dangerous. So our goal is for you to pick flooring that's best for your home, for your budget, those kinds of things, so that you can live safely and not fall while you're going to the bathroom or showering. Or in the case of one client I had, he was standing at the sink. He got his hair wet, flipped it back, was starting to comb it, took one step, and he fell on the porcelain tile and fractured his ankle. So I don't want that to be you. So I'm so glad that you're here. And yep, you bring up a super great point, Live Well. When elevating to and from toilet position, people slip as well. Yes, so we really don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to talk about some other things too, and please comment or ask any questions or anything like that. I'm so glad you brought up that point on and off, or when getting on off the toilet. So I have notes with me because my brain is scattered, but okay, so if you are going for the more traditional look in your bathroom and you do want to use a ceramic or porcelain tile, what you want to look for is tile that is certified by the ADA, so the Americans with Disabilities Act. The reason being is those kinds of tiles are made with the dynamic coefficient of friction rating. And so there's like some kind of technology or something where that tile is made so it is not as slick as other tile. So you want to look for the initial COF on the tile. The higher the rating, the less slippery it is and the more resistant it is. The industry standard is 0.4. So you want to look for tile that is 0.4 or higher. I've seen a whole lot of different brands, and I will tell you, there's a whole bunch of different price points, colors, styles. I mean, you can find ceramic or porcelain tile nowadays, and it looks like wood flooring, or it looks like, every shape and size that you can imagine. So that's why I'm not bringing up today any pictures or any samples, because the variety is so huge. And it really just depends on your aesthetic. You could probably find something within your price range and something that would match your bathroom aesthetic. But if you are going with a ceramic or porcelain tile, you really do want to look for that coefficient of friction on there, on the packaging. Something else that is, so with that kind of tile, you're also going to want to look for if it's easy to maintain and clean. Sometimes I will recommend to people on their existing flooring or their existing ceramic or porcelain tile to use some kind of epoxy coating or some kind of a spray or a solution that you can put on the floor to make it slip resistant. But that tends to be very difficult to clean, and so people get frustrated by the look. Plus, it can kind of feel a little sticky over time. I also do recommend to people to use like non-skid decals or like strips that you can buy at Walmart or any other big box store or online. So those are other easy ways to go about it. But if you are looking to stay in your home for a lifetime, something that would be long term would be to find the tile of your choice with that high coefficient of friction, that COF label. I do want to talk about next. So non-slip vinyl is everywhere. I feel like that's kind of the cream of the crop as far as facility selection, like when I've gone into senior housing or hospitals, doctor's offices, those kinds of things. So the non-slip vinyl, it is pretty inexpensive. It's super easy to maintain, very easy to clean. It's very durable for people who use walkers or wheelchairs. So that may be something that you want to consider too. Now, the sad thing about it is not the greatest for the environment. There's actually a lot of petroleum that is used to make vinyl flooring, especially non-slip vinyl flooring. But hopefully with technology that'll improve so that vinyl flooring can be made without using so much petroleum. So if that is something you're concerned about, your environmental impact, then non-slip vinyl flooring may not be the greatest for you. And I also, a great resource, I highly recommend check out theflooringgirl.com because she knows what she is talking about as far as flooring. And she came up in my research actually for finding the best flooring for people who want to live in their homes for a lifetime. She had recommended if you do use vinyl flooring in your bathroom to not use the floating kind. So there's a lot of people love, and I even used it in a home that I used to own, but I used a floating vinyl to replace like the living room flooring, and it was very inexpensive. It was very easy to do on our own, but that is not recommended to use that kind of floating vinyl tile in the bathroom because the water, it's so easy to get down underneath that vinyl. And so the water gets trapped there. And of course, you start to develop mold and all kinds of gross things that you don't want living in your bathroom. So instead, she recommended using a sheet vinyl and having whoever you hire to do the flooring, they can custom cut the sheet vinyl so it seals the floor and makes sure that water doesn't go underneath. And it's also good to talk to somebody who, or hire a company that does flooring on the regular, not do this one yourself, because what they can also do is put padding under the non-skid vinyl so that it's kind of softer on the foot when you're walking around. And if you, heaven forbid, if you were to have a fall, then it would give a little bit of cushion as opposed to if you were to fall on ceramic tile or porcelain tile. So just something to think about, okay? Or some things to think about. Lastly, a really good flooring to think about, which I, just take this with a grain of salt. Another good flooring type to think about for the bathroom is rubber flooring. So you may be saying, Maria, rubber flooring reminds me of going to the gym. It reminds me of schools, hospitals, whatever. But I mean, there's good reasons why different places use rubber flooring. First of all, if water gets on, it's not slick whatsoever. The rubber absorbs the water, and when you step on it, even if your foot is slippery, your feet are going to stay in place. Again, heaven forbid if you were to fall, you would have a little bit of give, a little bit of cushion on there. And the rubber is a little bit warmer to the touch on your feet. So you're not stepping on freezing cold floor in the winter time. So the last thing to think about though, another con really with rubber flooring is that it is more pricey than the non-skid vinyl or the ceramic or porcelain tile. It's like per foot, it ranges like $1 to $15. So you may want to think about that for your bathroom to keep you home for a lifetime. Now moving on to floors you should not use. The floorings you please do not use. So number one is carpet. And I grew up in a house that did have carpet in the bathroom, and it was so disgusting. I am not going to lie. I mean, anything, you have to clean it very frequently, just because of the water that gets in the carpet and like anything else, like lotions and I mean, all your bathroom products getting into the carpet, getting really dirty, smelling musty, mold. I mean, it's just really disgusting. So even though carpet is really nice, especially low pile carpet is really nice to walk on and really good option for you to live in place for a lifetime. Um, Although that's the case, it's not really the most sanitary for your bathroom. Another flooring no-no is cork or bamboo. Again, it's really nice to walk on, but the cork absorbs the water and it just kind of stays there. Unless you have like the best ventilation in the world in your bathroom, you do not want cork flooring in there. And then let's see, other things. Here are kind of my like warning, like really think about this, but probably don't put these types of floors in your bathroom. Concrete, natural stone, even though it's gorgeous. I'm sorry. And then hardwood. So those are kinds of floorings that you really don't want to put in there. And Liv will also put, note that ADA recommendations are not the end all be all. There's a ton more products never mentioned by ADA that still meet or exceed ADA guidelines. Totally true. So thank you for bringing up that point, Liv well. And yes, I so appreciate you bringing that up. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up toilet talk. This was quite a lot of information. You can find me on my Instagram handle at Hard Time Wiping. I'm on here the most. I am on other forms of social media. You can also find this video on virtualcare.com. That's virtualcare with a K.com. And please feel free to message me or send me any emails or anything like that on what you would like to see in the future on Toilet Talk. Thank you so much for joining me here. Oh, lastly, do you know someone who has a hard time wiping? Well, I've got a course that'll show you 4 options to clean up easier after going to the bathroom and toilet techniques. Head on over to hardtimewiping.com. You all have a great rest of your day. Next Tuesday, please join us. I will have another grab bar for you to take a look at. Thank you.